Hello, everybody. In this presentation, we will discuss about corporate level strategies. So, what are corporate level strategies? Corporate level strategies are overarching plans that determine the direction of a company and how it will achieve its long term objectives. So, putting it in a simple manner, it is this corporate level strategy which would decide how the company is going to work on, how the process flow is going to be, how the goals of the company are going to be achieved. So it is the entire blueprint based on which the company is going to work. So these strategies would guide the overall scope and direction of any business. These strategies would have a great influence on all the decisions that are being taken across all the operations of the corporate. So there are several different types of corporate level strategies, and each strategy serves a different purpose, serves a different goal, and would come into play in a different context. So, the first type of corporate level strategy is growth strategy. So, growth strategies are focused on expanding the company's operations and increasing the market share. So, as the name goes, growth strategies focus on growing the company, taking the company forward to many places. So, this can be accomplished through market penetration, which is increasing the sale of existing products in current market, penetrating into the market and creating a bigger space for ourselves. So we already have a space in the market, but here we still get into widen that space. So that is market penetration, market development, entering a new market with our existing product. So we already have a product that we are giving out to certain markets, and now we enter a new market with the same existing product. On the other hand, product development is where you introduce new product to an existing market. So you already have a significant market share in one market, and there you introduce your new product. While diversification is new product in a new market. So you either expand your business into new range of products or you expand your business into new markets. So this is diversification. The next type of corporate level strategies are stability strategies. These are aimed at maintaining the company's current position. So, stabilizing the company's current position, stabilizing the growth of the company. So, these strategies do not focus on a surge of expansion. Instead, they ensure that the company is steadily showing some degree of progress all the time. So, these strategies are often employed when a company is performing well and doesn't essentially require an immediate change. So everything in the company is happening well and good, and it's okay if the company is running this way. That is when stability strategies come into play. So these include sustained growth, so maintaining the current growth rates appropriately, profitability, prioritizing profitability over expansion. So in stability strategies, we do not focus on expansion, but we focus on gaining an upper hand in profitability, efficiency, improving the overall operational efficiency, and cutting down on costs in all the possible places. So, these are some of the stability strategies. The next class of strategies are retrenchment strategies. These strategies are adopted when a company needs to reduce its scale of operations. Like maybe the company is a little not okay in financial stability or it is getting a little on the inefficient side. So, in these scenarios, there are a few activities which will be carried out so that the financial stability of the company would get increased or the company would become more efficient. If the activity that is carried out happens to reduce the scale at which a company is operating, happens to minimize the operation of a company, then these strategies are called retrenchment strategies. So these include turnaround. Turnaround is reversing a declining performance by restructuring operations. So we identify that one sector of the organization isn't performing well. So there we reverse that by restructuring its operations. We work on a new strategy or we replace it with something else. Divestiture, the selling of parts of the business that are not performing well. So in divestiture, we do not focus on improving or restructuring, but we just sell it off. We check it out of the existing business if something is not performing well, or if a particular part of the business doesn't fall under the strategic fit, it is sold off. On the other hand, liquidation refers to entirely closing down that part of the business which is not working well. So in turnaround, we try to restructure, we try to reverse the damage that is caused. In divestiture, we sell the damage causing unit. In liquidation, we entirely close down the damage causing unit, or we may sell off a few of our assets so that will add to the financial stability. The last class of strategies are combination strategies. So companies often use the before such strategies in combination. There can be like retrenchment and growth are coming together. There can be retrenchment and integration. There can be retrenchment and expansion. So when there are combination of two corporate strategies that are getting involved, they may be used hand in hand. They may be used simultaneously, or they may be used one followed by the other based on the requirement of the company. For example, in one division, a company may try growing it. On the other division, may work on retrenching. Say, for example, a company operates at 3 or 4 plants. One plant is performing too good. Then the company would try expanding, the company would try growing that particular plant, the company would try taking that particular plant to the next level. On the other hand, there's this another plant which is not stable, which is not performing well. So obviously, for plan number one, the company would work on growth, and for plan number two, the company would work on retrenching. So in these cases, combination strategies come into play. So before implementing corporate level strategies, there are a few key considerations that will have to be remembered. The first one is resource allocation, ensuring that the necessary resources are available. Any corporate level strategy coming into play, we have to make sure that all the resources that are required to meet the strategy are with us. Risk management, before choosing the strategy, before choosing which strategy we're going to come up with, we will definitely have to assess the risks that are going to get involved. Plus, we'll have to come up with plans to mitigate those risks. The third consideration is organizational structure. So we have to make the company structure more adept, more flexible in a way that it supports this strategy. There may be some change in management. There may be a change in the scalar chain, the change in unity of command. There may be a difference in operational process that is required to take this strategy forward. So all such changes and flexibilities will have to be brought well in advance before the strategy is getting implemented. This will greatly reduce the hindrances that are going to come with the strategy. The fourth consideration are market conditions. So understanding and responding to market dynamics, responding to competitive pressures and economic factors. So before deciding on which strategy we're going to implement, we'll have to also consider the market dynamics, competitive pressures and the economic factors at the national and international level. All those factors which will have an impact on this strategy should have to be considered well in advance, and the strategy has to be reframed or restructured as needed in order to avoid any damages. A few examples of corporate level strategies are, say, Apple Incorporation. They use a product development strategy by continuously innovating and releasing new products. Every now and then, Apple comes with an innovative product. They expand their product line greatly. On the other hand, Amazon employs a diversification strategy. Like it started as an online bookstore, it grew to an e-commerce giant, and now it operates as a cloud service provider, and it has a as a media producer. So it operates in diverse platforms. It has its footsteps in multiple platforms. So this is one example of diversification. General Electric, on the other hand, it is used again diversification, both related diversification and unrelated diversification. For example, it is entered into healthcare. GE is now in finance. GE is now in renewable energy. So there are a few fields which are already related to what GE is doing, and there are a few areas that are totally unrelated to GE, but GE ensures it is constantly diversifying its operations. Procter and Gamble, they focus on a stability strategy. They make sure that they are consistently growing in the market and they have a stable, well-maintained market share for all the consumer goods. So all their focus is on sustained growth. They are more focused on profit generating than expanding their business. So, in conclusion, corporate level strategies are vital for guiding the long term direction. So, it is the corporate level strategy that would decide how the company is going to go forward, how the company is going to work towards accomplishing its goals. So, it includes a lot of approaches like taking into consideration the company's goals, the market position, the external environment. So, all these factors are taken into consideration, and it is based on these factors that the corporate level strategy is going to be tailored. So, hope this presentation was helpful to you. Thank you.